All right, what is up, and welcome to KplusGaming Corner. Tonight, we are back at it again with some more Outriders. I'm here with my Devastator, Deathproof style, and without wasting too much time, I'll go right into what we're going to be running tonight. Starting with the weapon, basic weapon, Deathproof, as I mentioned, firepower build. We're sitting, looks like I'm sitting here at 2.3 million. Just using a regular submachine gun with damage link, ultimate damage link. And I've said before, I always like using ultimate damage link with a really fast firing weapon. And the submachine gun standard variant would definitely qualify. This one also coming with resistance breaker, and then I threw on fortress. And then we're doing the Moaning Winds radiation splash reload mechanic. For the headpiece, oh, and let me actually mention the skills we're using. So, Deathproof, Boulder Dash, we're basically having the cooldown chopped off by about 90%, so we're pretty much doing Boulder Dash anytime we want. It's a 1 second cooldown, it's faster than your melee. And then I am using Tremor in this build, and then I'm using Gravity Leap for some mobility and to get some more kinetic stuff happening. That's going to be good when I get to the class tree. And while I'm mentioning it, we're going along the top. We do come down a little bit, and you know, we want armor. That's another thing with the set bonus, is getting 30%, I believe. I have that right. Yeah. Reducing the cooldown of Boulder Dash by 90% and increase your firepower by 30% of your armor. Right now, my armor is sitting at 1.1 million. So 30% of that is going into some extra firepower anyway. So Tremor and Gravity. Right, I was looking at the... Yeah, so along the top, more armor piercing. That's also going to be important. Then we're grabbing Champion. So every time we use a skill, we're increasing our weapon damage by 45% for 10 seconds, which pretty much is going to be up the whole time. When our Boulder Dash, pretty much all the time. We're getting assault weapon damage, assault depth, 12% there. Then we're getting another 20% here with Assault Master. And then we're following all along the end until Alter Charge, where every time we're Gravity Leaping and Boulder Dashing, we're getting another 70% weapon damage there. I think that covers the basics there. Going to the packs tree, we're along the top. Hunting season, we're increasing our weapon damage by 30%, and our magazine size is being increased also by 50%. This is also important. Finishing touch, increase your weapon damage by the percentage of ammo missing from your magazine, and killing shots replenish 35% of your magazine. Now, I mentioned, I'll get back to the pack tree in a second. I mentioned that I'm using this submachine gun right now. I'm actually looking for a better one that also comes with armor piercing. But, I mean, this one with ultimate damage, like, I couldn't pass it up. But I may play around with the tree, the class tree, because I also have this shotgun that does come with armor piercing. And I threw on ultimate damage link here. It also came with improved vulnerability bullets. That's also pretty useful. And so I may switch things up a little bit and try that gun out. But going back to pack tree, so we were talking about finishing touch. And then, very important, armor division is increasing our armor piercing by another 20%. And then we're reducing our kinetic skills cooldown by 50% of our armor piercing value. So having high armor, good thing. And then this against devastating odds is one of the keys that makes this a great build if you're looking for a way to run a firepower devastator. Pretty much, if your Boulder Dash or your Gravity Leap damages, well, the decent part, the second part is the more important part, but the first part, it says damaging at least 3 enemies with a kinetic skill grants you 30% armor piercing. And as we said, we like the armor piercing, it's helping us out, but more important, damaging less enemies, so less than 3, if you damage 1 or 2, makes your critical shot, makes all of your shots critical shots for 4 seconds. You're actually looking to gravity leap onto, say, an alpha or something like that, or like some elite enemy out on the battlefield. Gravity leap onto them, you hit them, and now for 4 seconds you're going to be turning around, and every shot you're going to be shooting is going to be a critical shot, which is be nuts, as you will see. Trelana, hey, what is good? What is good? Thank you for stopping by. I think I covered everything. So going back to the armor, now this will make the armor make a little bit more sense. Pretty much 3-piece deathproof, although I am still looking for a good chest piece. But starting with the headpiece, we have primal weakness here, so it's permanently reducing the resistance of all damaged enemies by 30%. Pretty useful. Wish that was... There are some other mods that I could have gone for there instead, but it works. Dead Clock is here, so we're pretty much receiving an 8% bonus to weapon damage for every skill that's on cooldown. And your Tremor and your Gravity Leap is going to be on cooldown most of the time. So most of the time you're going to be getting 8 to 16%. Oh wait, no, for every skill, yeah. So it's going to be 8 to 16% extra weapon damage. Anyway, and then Damage Absorber. Like I said, our firepower is being boosted by 30% of our armor value. So Damage Absorber gives us almost 500,000 armor right there, and we're getting a little bit of resistance. And then, so yeah, I'm using the statue's torso with Power of the Stones. This is why I'm using Tremor. So anytime we use Tremor or reactivate Tremor, we are getting another 30% weapon damage bonus for 8 seconds. Pretty nice. And then Boulder Dash doubles our armor when the skill ends for 5 seconds. Again, the higher our armor value, the higher our firepower. It all works, all very synergistically. And then this comes with Captain Hunter, so we're increasing our damage against elites by 16%, much as standard in any build. For the pants, Deathproof leg armor, primal chain gun. Every enemy damaged by the skill is also increasing our weapon damage against them by 20% for 5 seconds, and it stacks. Using Sharp Eye, so critical shots while aiming down sights, which is pretty much the way I shoot all the time. I barely hip fire. Grants you a decent amount of firepower, and this stacks. So that's also good. And then Vaccinated is, we live with that. But I could use some better pants with a better third mod, but I guess that helps keeps us alive, so that's fine. For the gloves, Deathproof gauntlets, Death Door also, so this is another way we are increasing our armor. Anytime our health drops below 35%, we're doubling our armor value. It's going to make us that much more dangerous. We are using Dum Dum bullets in the third slot, so we're increasing our weapon damage, assault weapon damage. And I'm going to have to think about this, because do I have another pair of gloves? Not really. Because if I do switch to the shotgun, all of a sudden Dum Dum bullets become useless. Anyway, I'll worry about that a little bit later. Plate Piercer is increasing our critical damage by 30%. The bonus is being equal to our armor piercing value, and remember, that's going to be going up and down depending on what I got going on. Armor pierce, so that's going to be helpful. I'm also looking for a better pair of shoes, but this works for now. Circle of Power, like I said, it helps keeps us alive. But then I threw on Kingslayer here, and then our Tremor is getting 2 more explosions, which means it's lasting longer, which means Power of the Stones is going to be active for a little bit longer. Anyway, I think that covers. And no, well, double gun, ultimate vulnerable, Gravedigger's Frenzy, critical shots. This could actually be interesting. I think I will hold on to this one. I might even use this one. And then swap the variant. Which one do we want? We want, the standard. We want the standard. Then we'll put ultimate damage link. Stick with that. This time, the way we have it set up, where we're going to be getting critical shots all the time, Gravedigger's Frenzy should shine here, where that critical damage is going to consistently 3 seconds, and then it's a 6-second cooldown. So that means I'm like without it for 3 seconds. Do I have that right? Something like that. I don't know. My brain isn't working correctly, but something like that. Either way, I'm gonna have this buff up quite a bit. Here we go. I think the submachine gun is better though. I feel like I was able to, like, I wouldn't have had to reload right now. Or maybe I'm not doing my proper buffing. My tremor's on cooldown. But then I'm supposed to be getting that extra weapon damage bonus. So, I mean, that was better. Yeah, rotation as always is important. I gotta like do the right things at the right time. That was nice. Oh. You guys are chasing me around as if, like, you're not gonna just tickle me. The flies are also very annoying. They have a way of skating right out of your range of attack. Very, very, very annoying. And they're like fast and swift with it too. As always, there's just one green dude at the end that will get the worst death of all of them because you're getting all of our concentrated effort. Like, we all turned to him and it was like, him. Now. Death. And he's like, oh, shit. Cool. Me and Chris. So, you know what? Maybe the assault rifle is the way to go. Because now me and Chris, we're more on an even playing field. I think we're only separated by about 100 million, which is really nothing. That's like 10 enemies. You actually killed more enemies than I did. Although as a pyromancer, you're probably like, your phaser beams are going across the battlefield. And as a firepower devastator, I don't have that kind of reach. That's why I'm using the damage link to give me more of an AoE option for what I'm doing. I don't have to, you know, a lot of what I'm doing is like single target stuff. However, I think I'm going to switch off damage link for Nicola's Revenge and see how that goes. But the double gun, yeah, performed. Definitely performed. Radiation Splash is doing its thing, and Moaning Winds. I don't know why this flips, because usually it's the other way around. It's like Moaning Winds is the one doing crazy damage, and Radiation Splash is like chipping in. I've also played around with some where, like, you know, like a Wrath of Moloch and an Ultimate Bone Shrapnel. They ever rolled on the same weapon. But then at the end, you know, you're looking at your stat sheet, and it's like both of them aren't really doing anything crazy, you know? It's like, no, you need to pair one of them with critical point. And then suddenly you're gonna like you're gonna like the numbers. You're gonna be like, oh shoot, Wrath of Moloch is the ish. Oh, Wrath of, okay, I need to always like dimensional rockets will all of a sudden be just as good as anything. At least that's my recommendation. If you're using one of those, you want to get that tier 1 mod critical point on there. Those critical hit mods will sing. What was that? Oh, shoot. All of you guys getting in close. Oh, Nicola's Revenge is about to do his thing. All of y'all, goodbye. You catching me with that acid nonsense, man. Don't like that. All right, we out. So I was looking. 4 million. That's 4 billion. Quite a bit. Ooh, not too far behind. 3 billion. All right. There you go. Still doing your thing. holding it down, even though we're like almost 10 levels above. But you're in there, not really going down like that. You did not go down at all. So you're doing your thing. You're holding your own. Holding your own. I see you. Damn, but you were getting a lot of critical hits. Wait, you're using a light machine gun. Ah, interesting. Okay, I'm using a double gun. That's a lot of damage your light machine gun is doing, by the way. Jesus Christ. Huh. Giving me ideas. Giving me ideas. And again, Nicola's Revenge, consistent. Double gun doing its thing. Everything else falling in line behind it. But I do feel like I need one more decent source of damage. Something that's going to also be doing like 200 to 300 million. You know? Figure out a way to fit something else in there. And yeah, we've got 3. We're kind of doing this. Okay, so we're doing kind of similar things with our Deathproof. And we're both. I had 1 last rating push. You had 2. Mine, I assure you, was by accident. I don't think I meant to do it. But we're doing the same number of tremors. You're doing